Peace, love, and light, guys. It's your guy, Professor O, coming through with a dose of that good yoke. I'm everywhere like broken glass. I'm around like a circle. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to the ground now. Today, I'm going to talk about empty the trauma. First and foremost, you see your guy out here with the fresh shirt. This came for litigation. Don't be hating. Always be motivating. Can't think of anything wrong with that, but we still going and flowing and rolling. Can you dig it? Yeah, I think you can. So let's get right down into it. So what do I have here? The handy dandy notebook. I'm in the spot. Don't make it hot. Here we go, and we're rolling golden right now. All right. The body is the vessel that's made to hold energy. Now, I need you to understand this. Now, the body is literally, when it says made out of clay, it's made to hold energy. When it holds fluids, organs, etc., so forth, the words, bone structure, blah, 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 all that good stuff. But energy, you realize, is always in a different vibrational state than the container in itself. Because if it wasn't, then it'll just leak out. So it's either vibration extremely high or vibration extremely low. At any rate, the body is made to hold that energy. Now realize when God is breath, the breath of life in it, which is the spirit, that's a high vibrational sequence of energy there that's vibrating at a high level, and especially based on see, the interesting thing about it, like, I don't even know how to explain it. Again, remember, you're going to hit a point of consciousness and understanding that you're going to hit a point where you just don't have enough words to express something so fast. But I digress, I think you get it. So let's just get right down into it. So understand that. So we'll move on forward. Now, unfortunately, the body doesn't discriminate on what energy it holds, especially when dealing with a child. Meaning that just like you can hold positive energy that energizes you and gives you inspiration, ambition, and drive, there's also negative energy that will be able to make you weightier, heavier, and traumatic and dramatic that will actually hold you down, which is not a good thing at all, clearly. So, and when you're dealing with a child, you realize your brain is literally, when you have more control of your mind is literally a filter where you're supposed to be able to toss what you need, accept what you need, and toss out what you don't need. So when you're dealing with your brain, and now you're dealing with a child that doesn't understand its brain, remember you have a supercomputer, and there's a child that doesn't understand how to operate the supercomputer, especially so forth, or maybe even understands they're trying to misuse it, doesn't understand repercussions of what you're using, etc., so forth. You're dealing with individuals at this point in time where now understand that in life, it's always going to be some form of energy. The beautiful thing about it, what we're able to do, we're able to alchemize energy. So if you have that development, you're able to take the negative and make it into a positive, which now the energy that you just received has now been transmuted into something stronger and more positive. That's when you get a little bit more developed in your comprehension and understanding and experience when you're dealing with life. But when you're dealing with a child doesn't understand those type of maxims of life, so to speak. Or not even maxims, those mechanics of life, so to speak. So it'll try its best way. The brain will go on factory mode and it'll try its best way to comprehend it and utilize its best way. Sometimes it'll use it, sometimes it'll mold it to the personality. If the child has some type of development, it'll just discard it because it doesn't make sense. But most of the time, it stores somewhere in the body. It stores in the brain, and the brain sends it somewhere in the body to be stored. May it be, it just stores in there, which you don't need anymore. That needs to be released. But I digress, right? People today are walking around with years and years of trauma, which they don't even know, they don't want to address. Because again, remember, we're dealing with the enlightenment point, and it's not that traditional enlightenment, like, oh, ha, eureka. No, we're dealing with the light turns on inside, and again, what do we see? We see the dirt. Now it's up to you to take full responsibility and pick up that dustpan and broom and clean up if you so choose to. But if you do not do that, then what happens? You know what happens. May I express more? May I diverge into it more? They cut off the life and say, ain't nothing wrong with me. And then what else happens? And then they go on living dirty. Ain't shit, excuse my language. But then that's when you start dealing with individuals that learn the art of conversation, of avoiding and projecting their own insecurities onto others. And this way you get the power tripping, the gaslighting, etc., etc. I digress. But again, remember, it's always to a deeper point, because you have to realize this. Some, and then they're manipulators and pathological liars. It just, the list goes on. But you got to realize this. Do you know how easy you say with that? How do you say? Oh, there you go. And pardon me as I move this again. You know the enemy's always working. You know what I mean? Trying to knock this good stuff off. Going. You know what I mean? Hold on. I gotta hold. Hold on. Let me hold. Uh-oh, we gotta keep doing. Then I gotta keep moving it like this, then, cause you know I'm blessed, no stress, and always been the best. The enemy around is going around trying to, you know, hate on your guys. I way too simple, but I did. Ooh, you see the quickness? Hold on, that partner. Technicalities now. Technicalities. Right. All right. Pardon that. I might have to. I don't even edit the vids. Once I start recording, you know it's straight raw to the core. You know what I mean? Doing it cool, making it smooth, letting you know that I'm not infallible. You see the mess up happen. You can also see how the enemy is working against your boy. But we gonna keep rolling. We gonna keep going because you know the guy is forever golden and sexy. Can you dig it? Yeah, I think you can. So then you're dealing with these individuals that are pathological liars, etc. So I went down the list. Now what happens is that it's so easy to be honest and truthful and kind, but they're holding up some type of guarding gate from their experiences. And due to experiences and being negative, what happens from there? Ding, 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 ding. They become very defensive, and then they learn how to get around instead of being not even like they become negatively linear. You know what I mean? Like they'll be going straight forward with attitude being wrong and strong instead of just being cool, being smooth, this and that, or they'll learn how to just go all these zigzags around and they just living in negativity at all times, right? They're not a well-rounded individual. Unfortunately, this is what it is, and this is how it is, and this is nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. I digress. But what you can do is give grace. Why? Because God has given you grace, so you give likewise, etc. so forth. I digress, right? Let's move on from there. And by logistics, right, the top killer in America is stress. Literally. It is stress. So I say don't let somebody out there that don't take showers and put on good stuff stress you out. Especially when you smell better than them. You're already ahead of the game. Especially you brush your teeth. And most of the time these guys breath stink. It is what it is. I digress. Oh yes, this could be an additional reason to body pains and mental disturbances due to the fact that there's energy that's inside that hasn't been addressed, and now it's been stored, and this could be years it could have been hiding. And again, remember, this is the whole point of doing the inner work. This is what you realize when you're dealing with evil individuals. They don't want to do the work at all. Unfortunately, it is what it is. But when, again, you're going to have moments, right? This is not something like it's going to happen. You can either do it manually or it's going to happen autonomously, but it's going to happen. The light's going to come on. Once the light comes on, what happens? You see all the dirt that you have within you. Now your eyesight went inward, and now you're seeing yourself for what you hang. Now it's up to you to make the choice. Do you want to pick up that dustpan and broom and clean up, or you want to turn the light back off and be dirty and just say ain't nothing wrong with me? And now you're in denial, and now you're living. It just becomes negative. Extremely negative. And then this is where jealousy kicks in, envy, wrath, overly lustful. Like it's not a healthy perspective that you gain. And then you're gonna end up making excuses for your situation and don't find someone else that's dealing with the same trauma. Then now you found an enabler. And now you're gonna just be in yours, nothing like I'm not the only one that's doing that. And then now you're not. Then it's two of you guys walking around looking negative, looking dirty, and thinking that's fine. There's something wrong with you. You have to let it go. But people don't want to do that. It's just, I digress. It is what it is. There is a level that you can reach, but it takes extreme emotional intelligence and meticulous discernment. It really does. It really, really does. And it's only by going in so you can let these things out. Literally. I'm going to go into it. Understand also, it needs to be released, right? Now, understand that it takes time, but it can be released. It can. You got, maybe choose a day, or when it happens, when it comes up, let it all out. Let it all out. If you want to cry, if you want to, do it, let it out. It's healthy. It's the energy finding a way out. Let it all out. And then after you let all that stuff out, now you're feeling good. Now you're feeling smooth. Now you're feeling cool and all that good stuff. Develop from it. Don't stick there and think emotionally from the fact. Develop from it. Grow from it. Because if not, then you're just going to be a chatty patty cry all day. You're going to just keep feeling it. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. This happened the third hour. It ain't going to stop. And you think anybody give a damn about that? No, nobody don't give a damn. They got bills to pay. Just like you. So what? Ain't nobody got time for that. You bugging out. Yes. And once you're done, look and learn at what made you feel this way. That way you'll be able to develop to a point where you're not reacting emotionally. Simple as that. If you let anything get to you, and if you can't control your mind, everything will get to you, and somebody else will control your mind. That's it. Point blank period. Get with it or get lost. A lot of people are lost out here. And yeah, that's it. I'm in off. Yeah, again, this message for the adept out there, for the master, the expert, the proficient, the e-fish, the selfish, the one that's always doing it and never losing it, that's growing, is going at all times. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. And remember, speak good, see good, do good. When it is good, it's all good. Can you dig it? And for the haters out there that love looking at your boy, make sure you look at my good side, because you know I'm sexy. Can you dig it? Yeah, I think you can. Peace, love, and light. See you guys in the next video.